Welcome to the 10 things I've overcome thanks to ADHD medication. Hi everybody, my name is JR. I am a blind stand-up comedian from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, and when I'm not trying to make people laugh with stand-up comedy, I'm here making YouTube videos, hoping that this becomes a dream job one day. If you're interested in following my journey, then click subscribe. Today's episode is all about 10 things I've overcome thanks to the help of ADHD medication. About 75 days ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD medication, and I'm on medication. And I made a list of the things I've overcome thanks to my medication, and maybe this will encourage you to see if you have ADHD. So, grab some popcorn, pull up a seat, pour yourself a cup of coffee, tea, water, whatever it is you have, and enjoy this lovely video of mine. And I hope it helps someone out there, because let me tell you, it has definitely helped me. The first thing at number 1 is mental overload. Before medication, I always had 100 tabs open in my head, kind of like 100 thoughts, you could say. One thought is worried about, how am I going to make bills this month? Another thought is worried about, I have a comedy show this evening at the Silver Buckle. I hope I do well. No, you know what? I will do well. Did I feed my kids today? Yes, I'm pretty sure I fed my kids. What about that bill? Oh yeah, I gotta pay that bill somehow. We'll get there. That show tonight, hey, that's gonna be intense. I can't focus on one thing at once. Before medication, I was always going 100 kilometers a minute up here. And maybe on the surface, like Eminem, I looked calm and ready. But internally, I was always just in a go, go, go state of mind. And there was no such thing as relaxing for me. No relaxing at all. I can't just start a task and immediately finish the task. I always had 5 to 10 tasks going at a time. Like right now, thanks to medication, I have this YouTube video going. I have a DSLR going. I have my iPad going where my script is. I'm holding a microphone. And if I wasn't on my medication, I would have been bored with this idea already. I would have been bored with this idea, and I would have gone upstairs to either start dishes or figure out what to feed my kids next for supper. Like, it's always going. But thanks to medication, I now am able to focus on one thing at a time, and there's no more mental overload. Mental overload is gone, and it makes me want to cry every day because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm here. I'm in the moment. I'm looking at the DSLR, and I'm just holding a microphone so you can hear me, and I'm in the moment. Isn't that great? Let's move on to number 2. Procrastination spirals. I used to procrastinate on everything and anything humanly possible. If you don't know what procrastination is, it's when you know you have a job that needs to be done. You know you have a task that you have to complete by a certain date. But because that certain date isn't till Saturday or Sunday, you put it off. You know, you could do the date right now. You could just do your job right now and don't worry about it. Finish it. Not me. I was in procrastination spirals all the time, and it made life very difficult because in my head, I thought, hey, you know what? It's okay that I don't have to do this right now. I'll do it later. I'll get to it eventually. It's like, hey, don't forget we're hanging out with everybody on Sunday. Excuse me. And, okay, I should probably go do laundry. It's Friday. I should go do laundry so I'm clean, clothed, and well-dressed for Sunday. And then Saturday evening comes along and I still haven't done any laundry. Now it's 6 a.m. Sunday morning and I'm doing laundry for a meeting that I should have been well-dressed and ready to go by 9. Procrastination spirals, they were the death of me. Especially when I had this thing going on in my head where I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the task immediately, and that was procrastination spirals at its finest, and that's number 2. And let me tell you, with the medication, now there's no procrastination. I have a list of upcoming YouTube videos that I'm going to focus on, from the video called My 360-Degree Video Journey to this video I'm working on right now, all about ADHD and being diagnosed and how it's helped me. So it's amazing. For the first time in my life, I feel whole. My other example is I recently got hired to work with the Canadian Postal Service, and they gave me 4 days to do the onboarding and fill out all the online questions and take all their surveys, do the criminal record check, the credit check, because they work with the federal government, so they want to make sure they're hiring someone legit. So I did all that in 4 hours. They gave me 4 days to complete everything. I did it all in 1 day, in 4 hours, because of my medication, because of my focus, because I wrote it down in list form, and now I do everything in lists. And it's incredible, man. It's amazing. So let's move on to number 3, shall we? Number 3 is impulse spending. Impulse spending was a big issue of mine because if a new product came out like the Insta360 One X5, before my medication, before my ADHD diagnosis, I would pull out my credit card, go to the Insta360 website, and purchase it. And that would be 950 Canadian dollars I would not get back, and probably 950 Canadian dollars I would scramble to find ways to make money to pay it off, obviously, because if you know me, I'm always in between jobs. It's tough for me to find a full-time work because of my disability. People see a blind guy and they worry about, well, what can this blind man not do versus what can he do? And then employers can never hire me because they're worried about hiring someone with a visual disability. And I'm very grateful that I'm going to be starting with the Canadian Postal Service soon because they're taking a chance on me. And what a great time to take a chance on me, because it took me till I was diagnosed with ADHD to realize, yeah, you know what? Blindness is a disability. No doubt about it. It is a disability, and it's intense. And it took me to be diagnosed with ADHD to find out that that blindness is a disability. I never thought of it as a disability, but now with ADHD being my mental disability, I have 2 disabilities. So now that I am on medication, I don't have the worry of, like, I saw the Insta360 One X2 ad. I saw all these great YouTubers make videos about it, and old me would have went to the store, purchased it immediately. Who cares about consequences? Thanks to my ADHD medication, I'm no longer impulse spending. So I can walk into a store, get what I need, and realize I don't have to buy the newest camera. I don't have to buy the newest microphone. This microphone I'm using right now is 3 years old, and it still works just fine. I love it. I don't have to worry about anything like that anymore because my medication tells me you don't need to buy that camera. You don't need to buy that audio source. You're fine. You don't need to buy a DJI Mic 2 because, first of all, you can't afford it and you just don't need it. ADHD medication helps me realize I don't need to spend every dollar I make on technology that might bring me joy for like a month or 2, and then I'll get bored with it. We're on a 2-year-old SL2 camera from Canon right now, and I almost got a new camera from Canon, the new V1 I think is what it's called, but no, I didn't, because I'm on ADHD medication now. The impulse to spend is gone. Isn't that amazing? That's incredible, man. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Number 4 is emotional burnouts. Emotional burnouts basically are when you're doing a task and you feel like you can't finish the task, so you stop doing what you're doing and you instantly move on to something else that brings you more joy at that moment. An example would be, say you're cleaning the garage and you realize, well, this is taking longer than I thought. I'm going to go do something else. I'll start cleaning the car. Yeah, let's go clean the car. And then you realize cleaning the car is taking longer than you thought, so then you're like, I'll just go play games. Emotional burnouts was very heavy of mine. You know, I could start by doing the dishes and then realize that I am doing something good, but it's not bringing me enough joy. Sometimes it might be referred to as chasing the dopamine, following that happy brain chemical. People like me who have ADHD, we don't have enough dopamine. We're not making enough. So whenever we start off doing a task like dishes and we finish the task, we don't feel like we made a difference. We don't feel happy that we did that task. If anything, we feel worse. we feel worse that we did the task, you know? Well, thanks to ADHD medication, when I do the dishes or clean the garage or clean my van for my wife, I feel great. I'm like, hey, look at this task. I actually did this task. I can't believe I did this. I was so happy. You know, when I filled out my Canada Post work online onboarding, and it took me 4 hours, I was so happy. I was so happy that I did all my work, and they gave me 4 days, and I was like, hey, I did it in 4 hours. You know, like, it was nuts. Oh, I was so happy. It was unbelievable. I'm like, this is what normal people feel? This is what they go through? So, yeah, I was very, very happy. I don't face that anymore. I don't have the burnout. I have a list of 5-6 items I do a day, and I stick to that list. Let's get on to number 5, hey? Halfway through the list. Hope you're enjoying the video. If you're still here and you have not yet subscribed, click that subscribe button. And if you're ever interested in sponsoring the channel, reach out to me on my various platforms. Instagram, TikTok. I'm there. Number 5 is losing track of conversations. Whenever I was in a conversation with anyone, be it my mom, my best friend, my buddy Justin, my friend Blaine, my comedian buddies here in Red Deer, Luke, Kate, Jesse. When I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD and I was raw dogging life, it was tough for me to continue having conversations with these awesome comedians and friends of mine, because what they talked about interested me, but my brain wasn't interested for a long enough period. So while they're talking about who's their favorite comedian, I'm over here like, speaking of favorite comedians, have you guys smelt that new Dawn dish soap? I'm pretty sure they changed the formula, because it's so weird now, and I continue to use it. We're talking about great comedians like Tom Segura and Dimitri Martin, and who's your favorite comedian? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm terribly sorry. So now with my ADHD medication, I'm able to be here. And I'm able to be in the moment, and I'm able to give you all 100% focus, 100% concentration. I will remember your day. I will remember that thing you told me about what happened to you last summer at camp and how you couldn't understand how to sew with a needle. Now, I don't like sewing myself because I can't seem to grasp it, but you like it, so I'll remember it. And it's interesting, right? Like, it is amazing. Like, people can pay attention to conversations and not zone. That is incredible. And yeah, I don't worry about losing track of conversations anymore because I'm here. Nothing's going on in my brain. I'm here. It's amazing. All right. Moving on to number 6, sensory overwhelm, also known as sensory overload. Whenever me and my wife and family would go out into public to either go to the mall or go to a farmer's market or go to a concert or anything like that, I would get overwhelmed. Just thinking about it. I would get overwhelmed with sensory overload because it's a lot of noises to handle. It's, you know, you got people talking to you every which way. You have to keep an eye on your children because you decided to have 5. And it's just, I would run out of, let's call it spoons. I would run out of spoons and I would have to shut down. I would have to go into a quiet place for a second and then continue trying again after 5 minutes. Well, thanks to my ADHD medication, I don't have that anymore. I actually enjoy being out and about with my family. I even tell them, let's go somewhere nice today. And my kids are taken aback because they're used to their father not wanting to do anything. You know, on the internet, I may come across as this lovable guy that wants to do everything. But in reality, I get sensory overload a ridiculous amount. I always thought it was anxiety. I always thought it was just, you know, normal. But when I started my ADHD journey, I started taking my medication, and I feel great. I actually want to go out more. I want to go to more comedy shows. I want to participate more in my community. Heck, just recently on Thursday, I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday, I went to go check out the political parties. I went to go hang with the liberals. I went to go hang with the with the Conservatives. I went to go hang with the New People Party of Canada. I went to go hang with the NDP, and I had questions, and I even ended up in the newspaper. Let's bring it up, editing JR. See, there I am. I'm on that side right there, and then the lady beside me is my loving wife. And we ended up on the newspaper because voter turnout was a little bit low in Red Deer, probably because of the advanced polling already, so enough people already voted, so maybe that's why it was a fairly low turnout, but about 60 people showed up, or 80, so... And because of my ADHD medication, I was able to actually go and meet my political figures, people who want my vote, and... I'm not going to share my political views on this channel, but I was so happy that I got to meet everyone, and it was out of my character. And shout out to Bob and Janice. Bob and Janice, who are my friends. One is, I think, 79, and the other one is 84, and they think I have a bright future. I'm very good at advocating for myself, so they invited me out, and I said, let's go. Let's do it. I think I'm going to be okay. Let's go. And let me tell you, man, I was more than okay. I was great. I was so happy. Number 7. Number 7 is avoiding hard tasks. Whenever a task seemed very difficult and I couldn't grasp it, I just wouldn't do it. I would avoid it. I would pass it on to my wife or pass it on to a friend who might otherwise be able to handle the task. Now, I admit that I can't do the task, and I research ways to better understand the task. I use Google, I use ChatGPT, I use Gemini, sometimes I'll even use Meta's AI. And I'll figure out who can better explain the task that needs to be done. And then I will research on how to do the task. And what do you know? Within 5 minutes, I'm doing the task. This year, I might even take apart my deck and replace the wood boards because I've never been able to do that because I'm too afraid I'm going to screw everything up. And I've just been avoiding it. And our boards are starting to have slivers. So, yeah, I no longer avoid tasks. I research on how to do the task. And I do it. It is absolutely amazing. Anyway, this video is really starting to lag on, so let's get to number 8. Number 8 is forgetting important stuff. You see, I used to just keep all my appointments up in my noggin. I used to just keep everything on here, from meeting with friends, dentist appointments, to important comedy gigs, to, reminders. And I had an iPhone that could have done it all for me. I had an Android that works for me, but I never really used them because I didn't realize how important they were. I just never realized the full potential. And then all of a sudden, with my ADHD medication, I started putting my appointments on my tablet. I started using my iPad. I started using my phone and voice memos app. Whenever someone says, hey, don't forget to look up calm training for your dog to help him with his reactivity, I would say, hold on, let me put that in a voice memo on my watch here. And now I do it. And thanks to ADHD medications, I no longer forget important appointments, because if I forget them, guess what? They're going to come on as a push notification on my phone because I was smart and added them to my calendar immediately. The procrastination part is gone. So number 8 has to be my favorite of this list. And because I'm afraid my camera's going to die soon, we have to move on to number 9. Number 9 is fear of boredom. I used to always continue to be busy with my life. I used to do things like do laundry, make YouTube videos, and if I'm not doing that, play with my dog. Like, I could never sit still. It was always go, go, go. This is the stillest I can sit, even filming a YouTube video. But thanks to ADHD medication, if I really have to sit down and take in information, I can now. The fear of boredom is gone because I'm happy being right here. I'm happy being present. I'm not worried about what I have. If I look at my time, you know what? It says 3 minutes after 2 p.m., but I don't have anywhere to be till 7:30. Going to be at the Silver Buckle tonight in Red Deer as a comedian. I'm looking forward to that, but I can, in the meantime, just sit back, relax, and make this YouTube video. It's amazing. You know what? I also like number 9 on this list. Welcome to number 10. After this, we can finish the video, and if you've made it this far, give me a like And let me know down in the comments if you also have ADHD, or have I unintentionally made you believe you have ADHD, because we're vibing pretty hard on this list. Number 10 will hit hard for some of you. It hit hard for me, I'm sure, is self-doubt. Number 10 is self-doubt, and I used to really doubt myself. I used to really believe that I just was different, that I was meant to never fit in, that I was just always stressed. I always thought I was broken. I always thought I was odd. And now I know that my brain just needs a special type of medication. My brain needs to create more dopamine and norepinephrine. I'm sure I'm saying the second one wrong. But with the medication I'm on, my brain now has a little bit extra dopamine, and I'm able to actually feel accomplished whenever I do things. Like, after I finish filming this video, I'm going to feel so accomplished. Yeah, it's going to take me an hour to edit the video, and it's going to take me a moment to add that graphic earlier, but when I'm done, I'm going to feel amazing, and I'm no longer going to feel like I am broken. For the past 75 days, I haven't felt broken. You know, before my ADHD diagnosis, I always thought my blindness made me a victim to society. I always thought because I'm blind, I'm broken. And when I started taking my ADHD medication and I started feeling better about myself, I felt like I was no longer the victim. I felt like I became the hero of my own stories. You know, you talk to Group A, and those group, they're always the victim in their story. Oh, nothing ever works out for me. I'm so sad all the time. I'm trying, but no one cares. Those are the people that play the victim. They play the victim, and I used to be that all the time because, oh, I'm blind. No employer wants to hire me because of my disability. They know I can't do anything right. Well, you know what? Thanks to ADHD medication, I'm now in Group B, the hero. Now I'm like, hey, you know, I am blind, but here's everything I can do. I started a family. I have 5 kids. I take my very reactive dog Murphy for a walk every day, and even though he barks at everything with a soul, I know he's happy, and I tell people, I have him. He's not going to attack you, but please walk over here so you don't come too close to us. And if people get mad at me that my dog is reactive and I should put him down because of how angry he is, I tell them every dog deserves to go for a walk. And sometimes I'll even overdo it and I'll say, hey, I'm blind. Do you think I should be put down? Do you think I should go to the vet and tell them to give me so much sleepy time medication that I fall asleep and never wake up because I'm blind? My dog is reactive. And he's only reactive because the last people that took care of him didn't introduce him to anybody while he was a baby, while he was a puppy. My dog is afraid of the world because he wasn't taught the proper way to behave when he was a youngin'. And now I'm trying to teach him the way to behave, and even though we might never get there, I know he's safe at home. I trust him with my kids. I trust him with my wife. He loves everyone, and he'll protect my house so no one comes in here. So yes, my dog is reactive, but he's special in his own way. And you know what? I may be blind, but I've realized I'm special in my own way. People enjoy me. I enjoy people. Yeah, life can get a little hard sometimes, but we got to keep pushing forward. And with ADHD medication, for the first time, I don't feel broken. For the first time, I feel me. I feel like I can see the JR that everyone else couldn't. I feel like I can see the JR that everyone told me about how awesome I am, and I never believed it. I never believed it, and now here I am. Yeah, it took me... We lost battery, didn't we? That's not good. I'm going to try again here. All right. Yeah, it took me a moment, but now it took me 34 years, and I found out I have ADHD, and I'm on medication now, but for the first time, I actually feel great. Anyway, my camera died, and I don't know how long ago it died, so thank you for watching, thank you for commenting, subscribing, and let me know if my story relates to you somehow in the comments, and thanks for watching the video all the way through, even though the the camera died, and it kind of sucks the camera died. And you know what? The old version of me would say, we're not uploading this video. Forget that. The camera died. But you know what? Because of my ADHD medication and how amazing I feel and how I'm not going to let that bother me. We're going to upload the video anyway. And we'll just put an image. When the camera dies, we'll just put an image that said, camera's dead. Hold on for a few minutes. We'll eventually come back. That's how we're going to deal with it. And that in itself tells me that this medication is working for me. I'm not going to shout out the medication because I want you to get your own diagnosis and I want you to find out what works for you because, last thing I need to be is a medication spokesperson for a certain brand. If you go back to previous videos, I do tell you what brand it is, but for this video, in case this is the one that goes viral, I don't want to be the unintentional spokesperson of this medication. All right, my name is JR. Thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll catch you real soon.